Your boy Stingray Cool back. We about to get cool with this funky first video today. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, share this video to people. Let's get 36,000 views. Yeah, boy, we talk about one of my icons in the entertainment game. One of my favorite comic book writers since day one. You know, I've been with 1997 Spawn with one of my favorite actors, Michael J. White. Well, three of my favorite actors, Michael J. White, John Leguizamo, and Martin Sheen. One of the best comic book writers and original people there will ever be. One of the coolest people you ever like. One of the awesomest, dopest, truest people original to the game. Without him, would never be no Stingray Cool. One of my favorite, baddest mofolos around this town. The man, the myth, the legend, Todd. Oh yeah, man. Falling. Yeah. One of my favorite people. He's one of my biggest influences. He created Spawn, one of the top selling black comic book characters of all time. He was born in 1961, age makes him 63 years old in Calgary, Canada. Oh, Canada. Spouse. Wanda Kalajikamak. They've been married since 1985. Children, 3. Parents. Bob Mcfarlane and Shirley Mcfarlane. I like to thank Bob Mcfarlane and Shirley Mcfarlane for birthing a very legend, icon. My idol. Now, one of my influences, Todd McFarlane. Areas was good at writer, penciler, anchor, and publisher. And you can also create Capullo. In case you don't know how to spell it, Capullo is Capullo. And close Greg, Greg, and Capullo, Capullo. I guess he's Italian. Close Rob Layfield and Jim Lee. I'm gonna have to do ain't gonna be tonight, but I'm gonna do his biography video too. Good. That's a lot of info, so this is gonna have to be like an early morning video. So like, best believe we're gonna shine. Got some more stuff. One of my guys, created one of the top coolest black characters you will ever find. Spawn, the man with million powers. He's like Doctor Strange, Venom, Ghost Rider, Punisher, Batman. All these dark characters all mix of one with a wicked cool style. Wait a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and share it. And just like I'm just gonna hit the main points. Then like a next video talk about his bio. We can just we can just like do a part 2 if we had to. I ain't gonna like be long-winded with this. So here we go. Todd McFarlane, born March 16, 1961, is a Canadian comic book creator, best known for his work as the artist of The Amazing Spider-Man and as a creative writer and artist on the superhero horror fantasy series Spawn. In the words of Clown, S to the P to the A to the Y, S to the P to the A to the Y, go Spawny. As well as being a current president and co-founder of Image Comics. Period. Playish and playish. That's on counter say, let's get this thing cracking. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Todd McFarlane became a comic book superstar due to his high-selling work on Marvel Comics' Spider-Man franchise, in which he was the artist to draw the first full appearances of the character. Venom got adrenaline with him, time to go get him. They ain't gonna know what hit him. You know what I'm saying? Not Little Devil then. Man, was it Symbioso. In 1992, he helped form Image Comics, pulling the occult anti-hero character Spawn from his high school portfolio and updating him for the 1990s. The debut issue sold number 1.7 million copies. Yeah, which as of 2007 remains a record for an independent comic book. The character's popularity in the 1990s also encouraged the trend of creator-owned comic book properties. Yes, players. After leaving inking duties on Spine with issue number 70, February 1998, Verfallen has illustrated comic books less often, focusing on entrepreneurial efforts such as McFarlane Toys, one of my favorite ones. I might have to show you that Cygor toy. Matter of fact, I'll be right back. Give me a couple minutes. Yeah, boy. Oh, yeah. And I think this is the newer model, part 2022. You know, can't be a friend of my guy, Tom McFarlane, without having at least something he owned. I wish I still had my Spine figurine. Shout out to my brother Sada Rule got me this. Now that we got jobs, things where they supposed to be. No, Tom McFarlane ain't Craig Candyman, but he did have his online. He had a version of all the horror movie characters. He made X figures of them. I think it's called Tom McFarlane Horror Collection. I should start a collection of that. Let me fix this. There we go. Ironically, my roommate is watching The Walking Dead, another Image owned franchise who've been kicking it strong since I think 2012. After leaving inking and duties on Spine issue number 70, February 1998, McFarlane has illustrated comic books less often, focused on entrepreneurial efforts such as McFarlane Toys and Time McFarlane Entertainment, a film and animation studio. In September 2006, it was announced that McFarlane would be the art director of the newly formed 38 Studios, founded by Major League Baseball pitcher Kurt Skillins. Shout out to Kurt Skillins. Todd McFarlane used to be a co-owner of the National Hockey League's in Edmonton Oilers before selling his shares to Daryl Katz. He's also a high-profile collector of record-breaking baseballs. That's right. I remember this since it was yesterday. I've been doing it for some time, been a big time farmer fan. As a filmmaker, he produced 1997 film Dun Dun Dun, adaptation of Spawn, starring Michael Jai White, you know, from Black Dynamite, Blood and Bones, and Never Back Down to the Beatdown. And he will make his directional debut with the reboot film with stars like Jamie Foxx, you know, Jamie Foxx in the Django, Booty Call, and Ray. Early life. Todd McFarlane was born on March 16th, 1961 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, to Bob and Shirley McFarlane. I'd like to thank them for birthing a legend and one of my icons in the game. He is the second of three sons, which McFarlane says contribute to the competitive streaks. Bob worked in the printing business, which led him to take work where he could find it. And as a result, during McFarlane's childhood, the family lived in 30 different places from Alberta to California. McFarlane began drawing, that's the early model Spawn, the Spawn prototype version of the character Spawn, which McFarlane drew in his teens. McFarlane began drawing a hobby of early ages and developing an interest in comics, acquiring as many as he could and learning to draw from them. He was a fan of comic creators such as John Byrne, Jack Kirby, respect like Jack Kirby. That's one of my favorites too. Tom McFarlane first, Stanley second, Jack Kirby third, Frank Miller fourth. No, it'd be Tom McFarlane first, Stanley second, Frank Miller third, then Jack Kirby. Kirby. Yeah, yeah. And I feel like someone's missing in that. And Kurt Chipotle, forgive me if I butchered his name. If you watch Kurt Chipotle, forgive me, but I think that's how you say it. Chipotle, Venture. He created Invincible, was one of the top shows. Shout out to Invincible. Dun dun dun. George Perez, I don't think I remember him. Not freaks with Jack Kirby, I know him. I don't know John Byrne. I might check him out, but I know Frank Miller because he did some brilliant artwork in the Batman series. Check him out, Frank Miller's Batman. And if you're collect it, and you'll be thinking Stingray cool later. Let that sink in. But yes. As well as writing of Alan Moore, John Parker of Comic Book Alliance is also noted an influence of Walt Simmons and McFarlane's work. McFarlane created the character Spawn when he was 16 and spent countless hours perfecting the appearance of each component of the character's visual design. Hint where I got that from being perfectionist, because I don't like to give y'all nothing whack. I might not give it to you perfect, but I'm gonna give it to you good and make sure it's not whack. One day while in the 12th grade at Calgary's William Albert High School, McFarlane working as a great groundskeeper for the Calgary Cardinals. Well, shout out to Calgary Cardinals. Tip my hat off to them. Was standing in the bleachers when he was 13 years old. Ninth grader sitting near him named Wanda Kaleka, aka where Spawn's wife Wanda came from by the name. In FYI, half of the characters named after his actual family and friend Spawn, who's a black friend. Al Simmons is a black friend of Todd McFarlane, and he named Al Simmons after him. Wanda character is Al Simmons' wife in the comic books, the animated series, and the cartoon in the movie. Named after his ex-wife. And Wanda's daughter, Cyan, is Todd McFarlane's actual daughter's name. A little info for you fans and fansettes. Players and playettes, coolies and coolettes. And following working in keeper for Calgary Cardinals and was standing in the bleachers when he's 13 and knife sitting near the name Wanda Kalumek, basically KOLOMJMYJEC. Y'all probably have a better chance, better able to spell it better than I can. Who served as the teen's Batgirl. Began flirting with him. The two began dating over the objections of Wanda's father, who thought she was too young for him. Through in time, McFarlane won him over. Yeah, boy. Right after high school, Todd McFarlane attended baseball tryouts in Gonzaga University. Despite being a good fielder and fast, he was not a good hitter. Moreover, he could not afford Gonzaga, so he attended Spokane Falls Community College for a year, and the relationship with Wanda developed into a long distance one. In 1981, McFarlane began attending Eastern Washington University, exclamation mark, or other words, EWUs, on the baseball scholarship, studying as a part of the self program for graphics of arts. His practical goal was to join his father in the printing business in Calgary, Alberta. Through his dream was always to be a comic book writer. Always follow your dreams. He worked part time on campus as a janitor in the school's administration building as his scholarship required an on campus job, and also worked weekends at a comic shop. Shout out to the comic shops. I freaks with them. Excuse me. Ooh, yes, freaks. The shop's called the Comic Book Rack, devoting a couple of hours late at night to practice his comic arts. See, practice make perfect at what you need to do. He sought to play baseball professionally after graduation, but suffered a serious ankle injury in his junior year during a game with arch rivals Washington State University. Shout out to the Washington State University. And he subsequently focused on drawing, working at a comic book store to pay for the rest of his education and living in a trailer park in Shawnee, Washington. And up from a trailer park, people with Wanda who had moved to the area to be with him and attended EWU as well. In 1984, a year after his injury, McFarlane's final chance to play for the big leagues came when he tried out with the Toronto Blue Jays farm team in Medicine Hat, Alberta, but he ended up being ranked last on the roster, ending his professional baseball prospects. McFarlane graduated with a bachelor's degree that same year. He stayed in Spokane, Washington, while Wanda finished her degree. He also plotted and edited the pages of which Todd McFarlane developed his own comic characters. And also shout out to Wanda for being there for him through the Amazing Spider-Man. In 1988, McFarlane joined writer David Mcfarlane on Marvel's The Amazing Spider-Man beginning issue 298, drawing the primarily sketch for the cover's image of the back of the one of his Incredible Hulk pages. McFarlane garnered notice for the more dynamic poses in which he depicted Spider-Man's aerial web swinging, his enlarging of the eyes on the character's mask in greater detail, in which he rendered his artwork. In particular was the illegible detail he gave Spider-Man's webbing, whereas he had essentially been rendered as a series of X between two lines. McFarlane established it by detailing far more individual strands, which came to be dubbed spaghetti webbing. McFarlane was possibly influenced by artist Arthur Adams, whose visual conception of Spider-Man with a large-eyed mass webbing with more detailed stands and more contorted poses, while webbing swinging can be seen in Web of Spider-Man Annual Number 2. Published in June 1986, approximately 1.5 years before McFarlane's first published Spider-Man work. McFarlane drew the full character appearance of Eddie Brock. Shout out to the Eddie Brock character. And also shout out to this character, who he becomes. The original incarnation of the villain, Venom. As he would say, we are Venom, or it's Venom. And he has been credited as a character's co-writer. Due to this has been a topic of dispute within the comic book industry. See Eddie Brock creation and conception. 25, 26, 27, I'm assuming. Now, since we got that part out the way, you better get it from my point of view. So this is gonna be the best you ever see of me when it's something I truly know and like. Well, not mean I don't know rapping. So make a long story short, let me get it from North Carolina Stingray Cool point of view. Originally, Spider-Man weapon didn't have the 3D design that we see today. It had like a flat, and no disrespect to the artists who did it before, God bless. But from what I hear people explaining it, I'm just paraphrasing some of it, and the rest of it gonna be from my point of view, I promise. People saying it was a flat, dull look. Then Todd McFarlane came in and edited it to a 3D, three-dimensional look. And I think that would be Amazing Spider-Man, probably number 2. My comic book skills ain't that good as far as like beyond my age. I'm a 90s baby. But from what I read and reading history of comic books, it's like Tom McFarlane did the first three-dimensional version of it. What we see now. Now, here's my point of view of that. So imagine coming from the flat design that didn't look realistic to a 3D, three-dimensional design that actually look like it's grabbing you. Tom McFarlane came out with that, and Tom McFarlane created Venom, as we read. Eddie Brock, and Tom McFarlane did a different, precise way of drawing Grey Hulk and Wolverine that we never seen before. And nothing against him all for people that came after him when he left before Tom McFarlane left from Foreign Image back in 1991. After he left Marvel, he left DC, went to Marvel, then went to Foreign Image. As you see, what I read, he found Spawn, who what we see the prototype. I think hope y'all seen it when I showed it. But the prototype of Spawn didn't look like the way we seen. So if you wonder why there's similarities between the Spawn costume and Venom, because technically, Tom McFarlane created Venom. Then he went for a Spawn, edited. That's why the M on Spawn's chest looks similar to the spider on Venom chest. Just imagine them taking the spider symbol and keeping the M element, then taking the eyes of Venom, molding it, kind of resembling like I guess the batarangs and giving the eyes. Then you got it. They adding the K Hold up. Let me. I might not have to do all that. I forgot. We can do something different. Let me share this. So this is why you see more energy in me. This is something I'm really excited about. I ain't saying I ain't never been excited about my other videos, but this is something dear to my heart. So you getting a piece of me or what influenced me. Let me see. Okay. So let me give you a video. So I'm gonna go back and forth, make sure y'all seeing it. But this is the Spawn. Bam. This is the traditional original Spawn look as we see. And thank God. Shout out to Lashee for you. I credit her for showing me how to do this without even having to talk to me. That's all like. That's why I'm like the sponge absorbing this knowledge from other YouTubers. I ain't never too good at learning from someone. Shout out to Mahogany Roots. He taught me how to do thumbnails. Shout out to Auntie. I like to credit him for teaching me the art of promoting yourself. And shout out to the cynical one for always being my day one. See how she share my stuff when she want to. She always give off a good spirit. But this is the original design we see of Spawn before design we know. So now let's show. All right. So now we're gonna show you some cool Spawn designs so you can get a visual of both him as the prototype look, the look we know and love. Okay. And like I say, shout out to the seed for you again. How I learned how to do this. Ooh, yeah. And that's another thing I learned from Todd McFarlane, the genius of not just marketing, but just having like a different kind of aspect instead of making a character. If you ever watch Todd McFarlane, he don't make stuff one dimensional. He make his characters 3 dimensional. Like he broke down his character to a T, what caused him to become a bad guy, or what caused superhero to be a superhero. And he got a unique kind of concept I like. Cause as he would say, hold it. As he would say, he didn't want to make his comic books comic books. He want to make them sci-fi's, and that's what I like. And I like the deep details of what he does in figurines. Who come up with this? Cyborg is one of my favorite villains. No, he's like Mighty Joe Young, King Kong, and George from what's that game? Rampage mixed with Frankenstein because he's stitched up like Frankenstein and the Terminator because he's half robot. And I like the genius aspect of how we do it. Now, since that's said done, let's skim through some of these Spawn pictures to get you a clue of like how Spawn look visually. And people who know Spawn, you'll get that. But I showed you the prototype look of what he pulled back when he was what he had drawn when he was a kid, a teenager. Now this the OG look that really started it all. Well, OG comic that started it all. There we go. I like this design. Gunslinger Spawn. I think that was created later on. This one pretty dope. I like this one. I like this one. This one my favorite OG one. This one I think was 1993-ish. I ain't 100% sure, but I would say no, it might have been early 2000. It don't got the year, but I remember seeing this one. Another OG one. Man, you gotta give this brother credit. And now you see why he one of my favorites. And I also shout out Top 5 for putting the black character like as the number one influence. As the number one OG. And this I think this one had to been like a recent, probably like 2023. Of course, the clown. Man, I remember this stuff. Taking me back to memory lane. Nostalgia as they would call it now. This is pretty dope, man. Favorite drawing. I don't remember what this issue from, but I remember I like this one. This might have been issue 60, I think. I ain't 100% sure. Oh, it don't got it. Now this one is 2024, of course, with Clown new look and Violet a new look. Clown was traditionally more fatter, but they made him more slimmer, more muscular, and Violet is more buffer. He's using more skin. That's another issue I like. I think this one that might have been 2023, the Spawn multiverse. Marvel and DC got their multiverse. And so like, let's do that. And this another Spawn multiversal. Gunslinger Spawn, and I forgot the other ones, but yeah. My boy Saigo. I'm about to get this issue right here. But yeah, man, Tom Foley and his team, man. Image, you can't go wrong with that, man. He's just so unique. I ain't even planning on finding that. I remember like it was yesterday, back in 1997, like someone I knew had like the Spawn comic book, and I'm used to Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. I was like, who's this guy, Spawn? And I ain't never seen a black character with that kind of look, and I ain't never seen a black character that had that kind of influence in white America, and of course Black America too. He a black character that had like a rock and roll, death metal, heavy metal kind of hip hop vibe, but he was a versatile, different vibes. I said, dang, this is different, and he wasn't a stereotypical black character, so I also created Time Falling for like going that pathway with something different. Because before then, wasn't no got that black horror characters or horrors, comic bookish characters. So I also created Time Falling for doing that. Man, he's just so unique. But this one of my top favorite pictures. I think this probably I put this as I say this is my number one. And it's so many great ones, but if I had to pick a number one, which is tough to pick, I pick this one. I love the detail in the art. Oh yeah, this one of my favorites. It was dedicated to the late Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace. Oh, and this one's paying homage to I think the Amazing Spider-Man, probably issue 46, when Spider-Man was swinging and catching the villain. So that Spawn swinging and catching the villain. I'm trying to see can I find the iconic one where it was the Spawn Batman crossover. Here we go. This ain't the real one, but this is one of the Spawn Batman crossover comics. Then it's the iconic one that we know where Batman was Spawn had his face stitched up because Batman hit him in the head with a batarang. I'm gonna see can I find that one. Spawn one of the first people to be a nine. No. Batman's one of the first people to be a nine-image comic character. That's a regular mere mortal gives Spawn a run for his money. And shout out to Frank Miller again for what he did with Batman on his run. One of my so it's Todd McFarlane, Frank Miller. No, I'm gonna go with Todd McFarlane. Then Stanley, then Frank Miller. That's my top three King of the Mountain comic book artists. Even though it's kind of tough to pick because there's so many, but I break it down in them three. Cause them doggone Frank Miller still go hard. As they would say, he's ahead of his time. Oh yeah, this icon too. One of my favorite in the Spawn and Batman crossover. Got the Coast Clown on one side and Joker on the other one. Based the Dark Knight Batman. Teaming up with the Demon of the Night, Creature of the Night Spawn. Or Demon of the Night Spawn, I like that one better. And this issue, I think like 2015 is where we've seen Spawn with a more venomous look. Because you know you had the burnt face Spawn, then Spawn with the skeleton of head, then had Spawn converted back to his human look after he was. Because at one point in time, Spawn turned evil. His suit left him fused with Jim Downey, who became the new Spawn at the time. Spawn went to hell, dethroned my Boja, became a Mega Spawn. And I think that's the same year like Tom McFarlane didn't do as much of the comic book writing. He sat back and did more of the background producing and stuff, if I ain't mistaken. But yeah, he did most of the background stuff and start letting like the other writers do most of the writing. So that's a pretty genius move. Let me get back on this. But yeah, that's a pretty genius move. So like to come for where you do most of the writing to where you just sit back and just do the background stuff and allow your other gifted writers to do the drawings, the art, and the design. Man, it's safe to say Todd McFarlane is ahead of his time. Don't give him Todd McFarlane his credit while he's still alive with us. God willing, get to live to be 115 years old. He's speaking that into his life. But yeah, I mean, he get credit, I feel, but he don't get enough credit. Cause no, he built a franchise, man, and to now that where he do all the toy designs for DC Comics now, one of his rival companies. Shoot, that's a blessing. I like that to be, you know how cool you gotta be for your rival company to say, "Hey, we want you to do the figurines and toys, as it's call it, designs for us." I think he been doing that since 2023, maybe 2022. Probably the same year that Psycho X figure came out. Another good one. I mean, back in the day, one of my friends, shout out to my friend for schools, she had that issue. At the same time, like, well, it came out in the 90s, but it was '03. It's like my first year of high school. No, 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 my first year of middle school. We was showing off her comic book collection. I remember she had this. And also she had like the doggone mask and a couple of them. I had like Venom and X-Men and the Sonic comic book. We was all showing who had the best comic books. But I Mixie won because this one was dope. Yeah, man. But man, Tom Fallon just he's just out of this world. His creativity, man, you can't help but people like me can't help but be influenced by him, man. He's just so a genius. I'm gonna sum it up. If I can't sum it up nothing about my boy, I'll sum it up. He just get me thinking and motivated every day. When I am motivated by Biggie, Easy, or Tupac, it's time falling. Just the fact that he keeps me going and to never give up. That's why I love being stand out and different. Growing up off of him, so you can't help but to want to be influenced, man. You just that dude. Another great design. Make sure y'all see that. I love this one. This one brilliant too. This issue 44. You might want to add it an honorable reading one day. I think this the Spine Universe. I don't see the year, but I want to say the way the design look. This probably 2023. Oh my! Just issue. I don't see the year. But I know this is the 90s issue because it's 195, October 5th. Another OG one. Spine 300. This is Spine Multiverse one. Of course, that's a Mega Spine right here, the one with the horns. Ninja Spine, if I'm mistaken. Of course, the Al Simmons Spine we know and love. That might be Zombie Spine or Dead Spine. I don't remember which one that is. Spine kills everyone. I think that's like a parody of Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, but Spine style. Oh yes, yes, overt kill. For the is that one precise one I'm looking for. I'm about to find it. Just give me 1 minute. Fizam. All right, here we go. This the crossover I didn't know we needed, but we needed it. That's iconic. right here. Of course, no clown spawns mainly me on this side, a psychotic demonic clown whose true form is a violator. Then Joker, the Batman's greatest enemy on this side, who's a psychopath clown, fell in the bats, became the Joker. I'll say this one of my top three iconic spawn artwork. I don't know who. I think it might have been Frank Miller on DC side on this one, a completely different one. But I know of course, on the Image side, Todd McFarlane did this along with some other people. That's the one I'm looking for. Here it go. Sorry, but this the one that stood out to me too. I think this would be the first one. Would be my first iconic Batman spine crossover picture, and this would be my second one. This one, Spawn had to reserve his powers, and he didn't heal. He was healing abilities. Here we go. So Spawn had to stitch his head up on this one to reserve his powers, but this one of my favorite too. Here's him first getting hit in the head with the batarang, and this him stitching himself up. One of the most iconic ones. And here we go by itself. But yeah, man, I had to give credit to my man Todd McFarlane. You know, saw the video a little late, but it's better late than never. Had to give you another part of me and also who inspires me. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And come back to that now. Now, peace, love, and God bless. God bless you. God bless your family. Remember John 3:16, God so little word, he gave his only begotten son. This will believe him, so not perish but have everlasting life. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And till next time, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, share, view this, and tell a friend. Share this to everybody. Share whatever video you want of mine. I got one of the best fan bases in the world. Peace.